45-minute rain delay. Regional championship game between New Trier and Loyola. Big game, and obviously, winner moves on to the sectional semifinal, and the loser will go home. New Trier and Loyola, this is the second meeting of the year. If such things mean anything, they really don't, particularly regular season meetings. And leading it off is Michael Servatius for the Ramblers. Nick Hedge on the mound for the Trevians, and the first pitch in there for a strike one. Servatius, Woodrow, and Smart. The top of the batting order for the Ramblers. And a pitch that just misses a little bit outside the ball. We're here on the hill, Loyola. Loyola is the visitor because they had the lower seed in the regional, the sectional. There's a strike. And scooped in and fouled out of play. And Hedge gets the sign from Chris Hall, delivery, and a little squibber fall. And the count holds. And another one fouled off. And yet another one. Well, we had a nasty thunderstorm roll through and got out a lot of diamond dry and everything else to get this field ready for play. Loyola's hoping this game gets done quickly. They've got graduation today in real time. And the game's starting around 12 noon. Foul ball. The New Trier seniors dealing with, they're done for the year out of school. Throw the first out in time and a little infield single by Servatius. As we said, this time of year there's always these distractions. So Servatius aboard by the infield single. Here's Danny Woodrow. And he goes to bunt and foul ball. Zimmerman caught it foul. That's a ball outside. And the count was up at 1-1 to Danny Woodrow. Now the lock and load. There's a bunt. Picked up by Zimmerman over to Lipe in time. Back over to third, threw it away, and Servatius going to come home to score. And Loyola leads 1-0. With one out, here's Fred Smart. Swinging a bit of strike. And now the delivery, strike two. Well, baseball winds down. Regional championship. Strike three, 2 down. Logan Sperlin, the batter. And a 55-footer by Hedge for a ball. Logan Sperlin, and he has had a very hot bat this latter part of the spring. Started to hit after a very slow start. And has hit for power, too. There's a strike. Hedge gets the sign from Hall and the ground ball. Picked up by Toma. Over to Light for the out. And we move to the bottom half of the first inning, and it's Loyola 1 and New Trier coming to bat. And the Trevians will send Matt Blanchard, Sean Viscotti, and Josh Perlmutter to face JT Trimble. And there's a strike one. JT has had a couple of fantastic outings. He pitches low ball. I know he had a great one against Glenbrook South. I think he pitched a two-hitter against Glenbrook South. There's a fly ball. And Matt Fallon takes it for the out. One up, one down. Here's Sean Viscotti. And a pitch low ball. I have to admit, it's all in my head. And that's the problem with keeping track of games. And this is game number 47 of the spring for me. They're flowing outside a ball. And another one that's a ball outside. So if I don't remember everything I should remember, you got to forgive me. Also, I'm getting older. The tapes are starting to erase a little bit. You get a little glitches in them as they go along. Viscotti bats. Bottom half of the first inning. And ball four. Viscotti aboard via the walk. And here's Josh Perlmutter. Josh, solid center fielder. I think Josh has had something of a surprise season, and I think the reason it's been such a surprise was that, for 2 years he was playing behind Charlie Tilson, and of course everyone knew so much about Tilson, and then they kind of let Josh slide a little bit, and so they didn't really watch how they pitched him. And now this year that he's had the opportunity to really get to see the pitches, he's really had a spectacular season at the plate. Strike. Throw to first. And Viscotti back. And a 55-footer gets away from Sperlin, and over to second goes Viscotti. Yeah, pop-up foul. Winner of this game will play the winner of the Oak Park Regional Ground Ball. Ball Murray over to Smart for the out, 2 down. And Viscotti holds at second. Here's Chris Hall. And that championship game is Oak Park versus Evanston. So it'll either be Oak Park or Evanston that New Trier will play on Thursday at Evanston in the sectional semifinal game. And if everybody wins like they're supposed to, the other side of the sectional would be Maine South versus Niles West. Throw to second, runner back. Number 4 in the batting order for the Trevians. And he sends a high pop-up. Haben calls for it and takes it for the out. And at the end of 1, it's Loyola 1 and New Trier nothing. And we'll be back with more in just a moment here on the network. And top of the second inning. Matt Fallon leads it off. And Fallon fouls one off for strike one. Fallon, McDonough, and Rafferty. 2 up. Ground ball. Whoopsie. But still managed to get him for the out. Sean Visconti to Campbell White for the out. 1 away. Here's Pat McDonough. And foul ball back to the green. Strike one. And a ball. And ball 2. And the count's gone blackjack, I believe. On the count to Pat McDonough. Hedge delivers up high. Ball 3. And a strike. And the count's gone full to McDonough. Now they lock and load and fall out of play. Big crowd, which is somewhat surprising considering the fact that the game started an hour and almost 2 hours late. Ball 4. McDonough draws the walk, and here's Danny Rafferty. Now Rafferty bats and hits a slow little ground ball. Throw it to second, out. Throw it to first, and they rule that interference on the throw. And that'll do it for the top of the second. Well, they ruled that McDonough deliberately slid into the throw. Didn't try and get out of the way. Now that's why the double play. Here's Christian Carr batting at the bottom half of the second. Metro Chicago Sports Network, New Trier Television, line shot right at Bo Murray. Takes it for the out. And here's Austin Zimmerman. And he takes the ball outside, ball 1. Yeah, you can't deliberately slide into the runner, which is what they ruled that he did. Fly ball. Center fielder Fallon has it for the out. Quickly 2 up, 2 down. Miles Link, the batter. And he takes a strike, strike 1. And a ground ball. Murray has it. Over to Fred Smart. And we're done with the second. And it's still 1-0 Loyola. And we'll be back with more baseball action here on the network right after this. Moving this ball game quickly along already, we go to the top of the third inning. And Bo Murray leading it off. It's Murray, Haben, and Servatius. 1-0 favor of the Ramblers. There's a swing and a miss strike. Nick Hedge delivers, scooped in and fouled out of play. Nick, one of the Division I prospects for New Trier. Another one fouled off. And they missed by much, a little bit outside the ball. And fouled away. And went fishing in Skokie Lagoons for that one. Strike 3. And there's one away. Here's Nick Haben. And he goes to bunt. Picked up by Hedge. On over to Light. That's 2 down. And here's Michael Servatius. He's scored the only run of the ball game. Actually, he has the only hit of the ball game so far. Led off with a infield single. Went to second. Went actually over to third on a sacrifice by Danny Woodrow and came home to score on a throwing error. And that's where we stand scoring-wise. And went fishing, strike 3, and that's it for the top half of the third. We go to the bottom half of the third, 1-0 Loyola. Campbell Wipe leads off here in the bottom half of the third inning. And Lipe has a ground ball that gets through for the base hit. A single for Lipe. And here's Max Toma. Infield pulls in, expecting the bunt. Toma shows bunt, fouls it off. Right. Let it go by. Toma, ball 1. Yes. I don't know what I'm talking about. Mouth moves faster than the mind, I guess. Light on it first. Again, Thomas shows bunt, lets it go by, ball 2. Bo Murray is the only one really kind of fudging in on the infield. Standing on the edge of the infield grass and coming in. There's the bunt attempt. And fouled off. And the count's blackjack on Max Toma. Ball 3. Three and 1. And swung away, a little pop-up, and taken by Servatius for the out. And here's Matt Blanchard. And Blanchard takes a pitch a little outside, maybe a little high. Ball 1. J.T. Trimble delivers. Ball 2. Throw to first, Light back in time. Trimble delivers, in there for a strike. Well, we're sort of expecting a real pitcher's duel today. And so far, we have not been disappointed. Each team with just one hit. Throw to first. Light back. Trimble looks over. Delivers. And a pitch low ball. And ball 4. So Blanchard aboard. Second walk issued by Trimble. And here's Visconti, 2 on with 1 out for New Trier. And Sean Visconti, who walked in the first inning, takes a pitch high for a ball. And ball 2. And a fly ball. And Fallon takes it for the out. Light will stay put at second. 2 down. And Josh Perlmutter, the batter. Runners with their lead, and he did go, strike 1. And Trimble gets his sign from Logan Sperlin. And the ball gets away, and the runners advance on up to second and third with 2 out. Two in scoring position for the Trevians. And went fishing a little bit. Got a little piece of it, fouled it off. Perlmutter lets one go by low. And fouled off to the right. And low and outside, a ball to Perlmutter. And a pop-up. And Sperlin takes it to the out. And that'll end the third inning. At the end of 3, it's 1-0 Loyola. And we'll be back with more in just a moment. To the top of the 4th inning, and Denny Woodrow leads it off. Fouls one off, strike one. Woodrow, Smart, and Sperlin, 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Ramblers here in the top of the 4th inning. In a snappy ball game. Understandable on the Ramblers' end. That's a ball. As you go deeper in the playoffs, you find tight games like this. That's a ball. You're down to 6 games now to the state championship. Delivery. And strike 3. All over the light for the out. And here's Fred Smart. And Smart with a little foul tip. Strike 1. Fall back to the screen. 0-2 on the first baseman of the Ramblers, Fred Smart. And takes a pitch high, a ball. 1-2. And that's low ball, and the count evens up at deuces. Well, it's sort of partly cloudy day. A little bit of a breeze blowing in off the lake. Pitch is low ball. Count's gone full. Now Hedge delivers, ground ball and knockdown, but that's all that Zimmerman can do with it. And it's a single for Fred Smart. There's Logan Sperlin. And a little squibber fall. Strike 1. Hedge delivers. Line shot, base hit. And Sperlin aboard. Jacob Zintula running for Sperlin as the courtesy runner for the catcher. Here's Matt Fallon. 1 out, 2 aboard. Top of the 4th. And Hedge delivers outside the ball. New Trier has kept their record alive. 210 straight sports seasons that they have won a trophy. That is still ongoing. They have done it again this spring, at least twice. That's the ball. in tennis and water polo. And a fly ball to center. Perlmutter has it for the out, and runners will hold. And here's Pat McDonough. And a pitch high, a ball one. Well, Chris Hall, the catcher for New Trier, kind of unique, is two older brothers, both played down at the stadium. Round ball, knocked down, and the race on. Zimmerman beat him to the bag for the out. We go to the bottom half of the fourth. And it remains 1-0. Loyola leading New Trier. Bottom of the fourth inning. Chris Hall leading it off and takes a strike. Strike one. You know, I've never seen as many players with shoulder surgery as I have seen this year. Boy, it's been really incredible. Long foul ball. That's out of here, but foul. And pitch outside a ball. Past halfway home with regulation. It's a ball, bounces in. Bottom of the fourth inning. Strike three. And Hall is out. And here's Christian Carr. And he takes a strike. So J.T. Trimble has allowed only 3 base runners, and one of them by a hit. Fly ball, and caught out there for the out. For out number 2. And strike to Austin Zimmerman. And a fly ball. Center fielder Fallon waits, takes it for the out. And we're done in the fourth. And the score remains 1-0. And a real pitcher's duel here at the end of 4. We'll be back with more. Fifth inning. And Danny Rafferty leading it off. Rafferty, Murray, and Haben bottom third of the batting order. 2 up for Loyola. And a soft liner caught by Visconti. Had a little trouble with the footing on the wet dirt here. 1 up, 1 down. Bo Murray, the batter, takes a strike. Strike one. Most of the Trevian faithful down that first baseline beyond the dugout. So don't get a chance really to see them. Got the Loyola group. There's a base hit single back up the middle. Got my Loyola friends over here to my left and the New Trier friends over to my right, and I'm stuck in the middle. I don't want to be. Haven takes the ball. And a fly ball on the giddy up over, and yeah, it turns out to be a fairly easy catch out there. 2 down. And here's Servatius. The only man to score today. There's a strike. And that was in the top half of the first inning. Throw to first. And Murray back in plenty of time. Again, throw over to first, runner back. At one point during the season, Nick Hedge had almost 20 innings in a row where he did not allow a run. Foul ball. And here the run that he has allowed is unearned off the error. Little pop-up, and Leip calling for it. Takes it for the out. Go to the bottom half of the fifth. And the score remains 1-0 in favor of Loyola. J.T. Trimble has only allowed one hit. Miles Link leading it off. Takes a strike, and the count evens up at 1-1. And a high pop-up. Smart going back. Takes it for the out. One down. Here's Campbell Leip. The only Trevian they have a hit today. He had one back in the third. Single. Takes a pitch low, a ball. Swung through that one, a strike. So Campbell Leip bats. Campbell has, last 2-3 weeks or so, has really come alive with the bat. Got around way early on that one, fouled it off. And a line shot down the line, and that's going to go foul. Down in the bullpen down there. Down in the corner, out in the street. And a pitch low ball to Leip. J.T. Trimble. Delivers, line shot. That's another base hit for Leip. So Leip 2 for 2, and he's the only one really on either team that's been hitting. Toma takes a pitch outside the ball. Show the bunt, and the ball gets away, and Leip goes over to second. And the ball outside. And ball 4. So 2 odd with 1 out for the Trevians. Last time they had that was back in the 3rd inning. Nothing came of that one. High fly ball. First pitch hitting Blanchard and taken by Matt Fallon for the out. And there's 2 out. Here's Sean Visconti. So Visconti bats and takes a strike. We're in the bottom of the 5th in a snappy ball game. And that's because the pitchers on both sides of the ball really been mowing them down. And a fly ball, right fielder Woodrow over and has it for the out. And we're done with 5, and it remains 1-0. Loyola. We'll be back with more. Well, top of the 6th inning here, and time's a wasting on both sides of the ball. Bunt attempt by Woodrow failed. Strike 1. Nick Hedge has struck out 4, walked only 1. There's a strike, which makes only 9 walks he has issued for the entire season. Pitch high, a ball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 away. Here's Smart. And strike. And a ball. Fred Smart batting here. And this a little outside for a ball. Top half of the sixth. At Loyola Regional, ground ball. Pick up, they throw it at first, pulled wipe off the bag, the error, and Fred Smart aboard. And a pinch runner. Andrew Owen running over there at first. Here's Sperlin. And a strike on the outside corner. The look over, the pitch. Just a little low and outside, a ball. Didn't miss by much. Throw over to first, runner back. And Logan Sperlin hit in the foot by that pitch. Grazed, as it were. And two aboard with one out. And Zinkula running again over at first for him. So we've got two pinch runners out there. One a pinch runner, the other one a courtesy runner, I believe. And this is Matt Fallon. Scooped at and a fly ball, right field foul, and nope, White can't hold on. So 2 out, 1 out, top of the sixth. And a fly ball, right field. Christian Carr comes in, takes it on the run, about knee high. 2 down. And here's Pat McDonough. Perlmutter, Hall, and Carr due up in the bottom half of the sixth for the Trevians. One shot foul outside of third. Nick Hedge looks back, delivers, and high for a ball. And low and away a ball. They look in. And the pitch. A strike on the inside corner, and McDonough didn't like that call. Now they deliberate. Swing and a ground ball, and Hedge touched it. Visconti picks it up, throws to first. In time, they got him. And we go to the bottom half of the sixth. And it remains 1-0 Loyola. And Josh Perlmutter will lead it off. Wow, great play by Visconti. Coming in and throwing to first to get McDonough. 1-6-3 on the putout. Strike one to Perlmutter here in the bottom of the sixth. Yeah, that's low ball. Ball 2. And the count's gone blackjack on Josh Perlmutter. And it's 3-0. J.T. Trimble swinging a big strike. On the mound, has pitched a whale of a ball game, as has Nick Hedge. And ball 4. And here is Chris Hall. So the tying run aboard at first. Nobody out. And Hall takes a pitch high with a ball, showing bunt. Again, Hall shows bunt. Pulled it back, took a pitch low and outside the ball. Again, Hall shows bunt. Swinging a long fly ball, back it goes, back, and it is a fair ball home run. A 2-run home run right down the line. And the Ramblers upset about that. They thought it went foul. A 2-run homer for Chris Hall. And the Trevians lead 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Oh, brother. Boy, talk about dramatics. Woo! And Carson went down that same play, but that one way far. Loyola fans very upset about that. And a fly ball out to center. Center fielder has it for the out. 1 away. And here is Austin Zimmerman, and he takes a strike. Strike 1. Well, that's one that just right over the foul pole, I guess. It's kind of hard to tell. It's wherever the ump says it is, you know. In this case, there's probably about 200, 250 Loyola fans that saw it one way. That's the New Trier people. They'll say it went the other way. Doesn't matter. It's what the umpire said it went. Ground ball, or strike 3 rather. 2 down. Here's Link. That's a ball. And outside a ball. So the Trevians have taken the lead here in the bottom of the 6th on a 2-run homer by Chris Hall. There's a strike. It's only the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Trevians. Ball 4. And the walk puts Link aboard, and here's Campbell Lipe, and he's the only one that's really been hitting today. He's 2 for 2 on the day. And he takes the ball outside. J.T. Trimble has issued 2 walks and a gopher ball here. Go to first. And only 3 hits for the whole day. And 5 walks now. He has struck out 2. Pitches high a ball. So he's had them off base, off balance a little bit. And off base. JT has. But 1 hit, and the whole world has changed. The world turned upside down. There's a strike to Campbell Light. And ball 4. And Toma set the bat, but no. And Sam Scher going to pinch bat for Toma here. with 2 on and 2 out. Trevian's looking to get maybe an insurance run or 2. The ball gets away, but nobody's going to advance. And a high fly ball. And Woodrow takes it for the out. And we go to the 7th. New Trier leading it 2-1. We'll be back with more in just a moment here on the network. Well, we go to the 7th inning for the Trevians. Hold them and move on. Rafferty, the batter, bottom third of the batting order, due up for Loyola. And I'm sure the Loyola fans would like a slow motion and everything else to see where that ball went for the home run by Hall, because it went right down the line. But even if I did do that, it doesn't matter. The ump was there. He went right down that line. He watched it. He saw it. He saw it fair. That's all that matters. Swinging a ground ball. And Toma over to first, and 1 up, 1 down. Here's Bo Murray. So even though, quote unquote, the television doesn't lie, the television doesn't matter. I'm a small cog in the whole machine here. Here's a strike on the outside corner. And pitch high, a ball. Bo Murray batting. Top of the 7th inning. And the Trevians leading now. Only 7 hits between the 2 teams. Into the strike. Loyola with 4 and New Trier with 3. So it's been a great pitching performance. Let's see, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts for Nick Hedge. He's walked 1. And only 5 left on base. There's his 6th strikeout as Murray strikes out, and the Ramblers down to the last out. Here's Nick Haben, number 9 in the batting order. Goes to bunt, picked up by Hedge, over to first, and the Trevians are in the sectional. They win the Loyola Regional by the final score of 2-1 in an exciting game. And it turns out, on a Loyola perspective, a controversial one, but the Trevians nonetheless advance. So the Trevians win the regional, and we'll be back in just a moment to wrap this ball game up. Playoff baseball, a little bit of everything in this one. We had an hour and 45-minute rain delay. Then we played the ball game. An error brought home the first run of the ball game in the top of the first inning, a single, and then Servatius stretching it, going to third, and the ball thrown away, and he came home the score. And then the pitchers just did an outstanding performance on both sides of the ball until the bottom of the 6th inning when Chris Hall sent one right down the third base line in left field and right over the foul pole, and that was all she wrote. And the Trevians end up winning this one 2-1. The totals for New Trier: 2 runs, just 3 hits, 2 of them by Campbell Vipe, and the other one, the home run by Hall. Other than that, J.T. Trimble shut him down. He struck out 2, walked 6, and the Trevians left 7 on base. For the Loyola Ramblers, 1 run on 4 hits, no errors. Nick Hedge walked 1, struck out 6, and 5 left on base for the Ramblers. So New Trier advances on and will play Oak Park, who also won 2-1. Oak Park in the sectional semifinal. If you win that one, you're into the Sweet 16 of the Class 4A. Anyway, that'll do it for us for this one. Exciting ball game. Trevians win it 2-1. Join us for our next broadcast. And for all of us, we say as always, so long, everybody.